Radha Vinod Bihari Ju ki jai. Shri Govinda Gopinath Madan Mohan Ju ki jai. Nityalala Pravishtam Vishnupara Shutarashata Shishimar Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Gosvāmī Mahārāja Śrīla Guru Devi ki jai. Nityalala Pravishtam Vishnupara Shutarashata Shishimar Bhakti Vedanta Vaman Gosvāmī Mahārāja ki jai. Nityalala Pravishtam Vishnupara Shutarashata Shishimar Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai. Nityalala Pravishtam Vishnupara Shutarashata Shishimar Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Gosvāmī Mahārāja ki jai. Nityalala Pravishta Maha Bhagavat Śrīla Gorksharas Babaji Mahārāja ki jai. Nityalala Pravishta Śrīla Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur ki jai. Nityalala Pravishta Vaishnav Sarvabhauma Śrīla Jagannath Das Babaji Mahārāja ki jai. Shri Rupanu Gauriya Guru Varga ki jai. Shri Rup Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath. Shri Jeev Gopala Padadasa Raghunath Śrīdhara Gosvāmī Prabhu ki jai. Shri Sarup Damodar Rai Ramanandari Shri Gaur Parshad Vrinda ki jai. Namachay Śrīla Haridas Thakur ki jai. Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Shri Kshetra Mandala Gaura Mandala Vraja Mandala Mathura Vrindavana Dham ki jai. Sarva Abhishta Pradakta Giriraj Maharaj ki jai. Shri Radha Kunda Shama Kunda Yamuna Ganga Tulsi Bhakti Devi ki jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtana ki jai. Jai Shri Kartik Vrat Niyam Seva ki jai. Urja Vrat ki jai. Urjeshwari Raseshwari Shri Vishabhanu Nandini Śrīmatī Rādhārāṇī ki jai. Jai Shri Jai Śrīla Bhakti Rakshak Śrīdhara Gosvāmī Mahārāja ki jai. His article we're going to read today, Kārtikī Śrīmatī Rādhārāṇī ki jai. Jai Shri I'm pre-recording this, but when you watch this, it's going to be Rama Akadashi. So, Shri Rama Akadashi Titi ki jai. Akadashi Titi Palan Kari Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Shri Radha Damodar ki jai. Yashoda Damodar ki jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Samagata Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam everybody. So this is, as I've just mentioned, a pre-recorded video because I am, right now as you're watching this, I am on Vrindavana parikramā with Kishore Mohan Prabhu and Nemi Maharaj and so many other devotees. Yesterday, well, for me right now as I'm recording it this morning, but as you're watching it yesterday, we went through, in honor of Śrīla Bhakti Rakshak Śrīdhara Gosvāmī Mahārāja. I wasn't able to do any program for him because I was on a train on his appearance day. So yesterday I kind of spontaneously decided to read this article by Śrīla Bhakti Rakshak Śrīdhara Gosvāmī Mahārāja from the second issue of Rays of the Harmonist. And so we will read the second half of that article. If you would like to go listen to the first half of the article, you can look at my previous video. I'm not going to sing the stotrams because I can only stream half an hour videos with my current plan with the service I'm using. So I have to keep this video under 30 minutes. And so let's see if we can finish it. If there's time at the end, then maybe we can sing something. But anyways, if you've been following the stotrams we've been doing every day, the Swaniyam Dashakam, and Govardhan Vaspartana Dashakam, and you want to continue doing that, like along with the videos, so you can just look at any of the previous videos that I did during Kartik, and you can sing along with the stotrams. All right, let's begin. So yeah, this book I'm reading from is very pixelated, so sometimes it's a bit hard to read when I have it zoomed in so close, but where did we leave off? I think we left it off around here. That's where the mouse is. Let's see. I think there were like 4 pages left. Let's see. Krishna Karshini 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, yeah. Let's just start from there. I'll go back a little bit just so that we can get the flow. Okay. So to cast oneself into the infinite whim, that is very, very uncertain, and the extreme courageous act, and we are going to do it willingly. What will be our fate? We do not know. Still, one second. Still, we are going to do it willingly. What will be our fate? We do not know. Still, we want that from provincial government or our service. We want that from provincial government. Our service will be promoted to the central government. That promotion we want. In connection with the superior power. It seems to be a risk, but still it is substantial. We have come to the right place for shelter. We are being connected with the real plane, not sham. That will be our consolation. And the favor of so many superficial agents that is flickering, no stability. I may be ignored by the central power, but any moment, if I can draw their notice, my position will be very safe and high. So I am taking risk for my greatest prospect in life, though it may not be easily got. Risky life, sarva dharma parityaja. Otherwise, to stick to your own present position and progress in a slow way. That is also recommended. Swadharme nidhanam shreya paradharmo bhayavaha. Don't be too much ambitious. Keep your position firm and try to advance slowly. That is ordinary recommendation. But those who have got courage, for them, sarva dharmam parityaja, give up everything and try to come to me. I am there, and I shall save you. From his side, this kind of consolation. I am not blind. I can see anything and everything. If you really come to my shelter, I am ready. I shall embrace you. From his side, the statement is such. But from the side of the devotees who are swimming in the ocean and pressed by the currents, undercurrent, and overflow, they say, oh, very difficult. But they cannot leave that campaign. Revolutionary, constitutional path and revolutionary way. Both are there, but the constitutional way is very slow progress. When you will reach the goal, it is not certain. Sometimes there is setback also. Gaur Hari, Gaur Hari. Gaur Hari, Nitai Gaur Hari Bo. It is better on the whole to leave the world of deception, Maya, misunderstanding as soon as possible, with every risk, and to jump with the hope of meeting the non-treacherous and loving plane with much speed. This Maya, misunderstanding, is, after all, treacherous. So many units fighting with one another. This is the position here. But to get free of this and jump into the absolute area is such that the slightest position there is considered to be of very, very high and great value. The very slightest position there is far, far greater than the highest position in this misunderstanding world. Our statement is opposite to that of Satan. It is better to serve in heaven than to reign in hell. We don't want any royal position in hell. Leaving this realm, we want to pass through to the highest, crossing beyond the association of all the accommodating Brahma and that Paramatma conception, beyond the source of all resources and master of all energy Narayan, then, satisfying the whole existence with fulfillment through love, is Krishna, Vrindavan. There it is apparent, the infinite's approach to the finite is in its fullest sense, as if he is one of themselves, so close, and his love and affection is so much extended. Shri Krishna Karshani. The peculiar power in love is this, that the high is controlled by the low through some tendency, and that is called love. Just as when a boy catches the finger of his father and draws him to some quarter and the father goes, the father is more powerful, and the boy's power is very less, but the father is defeated by the power of affection, So affection and love is there, where he finds that the big is controlled by the small. Such wonderful potency is that love and affection. So the Absolute is controlled by his potency. Generally, the potency is guided by the owner of the potency, but sometimes potency itself guides the owner. That is love. No physical capacity, but the fine capacity of the very subtlemost force. Aham bhakta paradhino yasvatantra ivadvija. As if I am independent, not absolute. This is Krishna speaking, right? I feel only by devotion that I am controlled by them. I am not master of my own self. The Absolute says like that. So what wonderful thing is that Bhagavat Prem? And it is in the highest sense when application is in the case of Krishna in Vrindavan, where Aham iha nandam vande yasya linde param brahma. I have no charm for Mahabharata, Veda, Upanishad, all these things, but my only charm is for Nanda, where I found that the supreme power Absolute is crawling in his compound as a baby boy. Nanda kim akarod brahmam shreyam eva mahodayam. In the talk about the Bhagavatam, this is getting a very valuable position. What is there? The Para Brahma is in such an ordinary position. Is he Para Brahma or something else? Such a doubt also enters. Yashoda is whipping him, but when trying to bind him with rope, 2 fingers less every attempt. Only 2 fingers less to circumambulate. Only 2 fingers less to circumambulate. Then again, 1 foot added. The same 2 fingers less, continuously. Though in the midst of her fist, she is whipping and he is crying. But still, the difference is this. Against his will, she is trying to bind him around the belly, but 2 fingers less. Again added, that very 2 fingers less. Again added rope, 2 fingers. But he is sucking her breasts, and when she is whipping, "Oh, don't beat me, my mother," crying, "I won't do any more of these things." Sometimes when he is yawning, sometimes when he's yawning, the boy, Yashoda found the whole Brahmanda, creation, within his mouth. Then she was afraid. The next moment there was a cat crying, and the boy out of fear is coming close to the lap of Yashoda. "Oh, he is my child. He is my child. My son. He is not all accommodating Brahma. No, he is my child." The playing in this way is like hide and seek. When the infinite comes to finite in its closest touch, then sometimes showing that infinite character and sometimes most finite character. Playfully doing so many big things, Trinavarta came to kill him, and he was on the lap of Yashoda. Immediately Yashoda felt that the boy was very, very weighty, so she could not keep him on her lap. She had to give him on the earth. And when Trinavarta took the boy away in a storm, then Trinavarta took the boy away in a storm. Then some minutes after, they found that the great demon's body had fallen on the earth, and the boy, anyhow, embracing the throat of the demon, was just on top of him. Then Yashoda, she swiftly went and collected the boy. Oh, fortunately, the boy is over the demon's dead body. Otherwise, if lower side, he would be crushed. But all playfully done, the Trinavarta, that great demon, was finished by the boy, and he's showing like that. The most miraculous things are coming to a simple level, most playfully and in a simple way, doing the great deeds, which take so much time, so much power, so much valor, and that is only finished in a second, in a very peculiar way. The great things are done in a very small attempt. Infinite's approach to finite in the closest form, controlled by a special tendency, and that is love, prem. 1 second, I just need to... Okay. Okay. So bhakti is such a thing. We shall try to understand what is devotion that can control the absolute. What more? I have to speak a bit softly because there's somebody sleeping in the next room. So it's kind of late here. It's 10 o'clock. And Mahaprabhu has come to suggest us to follow that path only. And it is in Vrindavan. Try to have a position, a place in Vrindavan, in that layer, plane of life. With this general conception, we shall have to approach Vrindavan. What is Vrindavan? Rather not the sum total of some formality, a mere imitation of a particular group of formalities cannot give that. The very life is such, so valuable. The life transaction must be there. Die to live, sacrifice. We must invite that sort of death which will kill death itself. If we want to live in that plane, we shall have to give ourselves wholesale as price to purchase that valuable thing. What is that subtle power? How to acquire that? What should be the price? How deep should be the transaction? Prataparudra Maharaj, from the throne he came to do the service of a sweeper before Jagannath. Mahaprabhu's heart melted there. Otherwise, so many proposals came. The king wants to have a look of you. If you allow him, he may come and have your darshan. And Mahaprabhu said, No, that is undesirable. People may say that the sannyasi has some greed for money and power, so he wants to have some connection with the king. That is a bad name for a sannyas sadhu. So I don't like that he will come to me and see me. That will show indirectly that I have got desire for money. I won't like. But when Mahaprabhu saw that he came to take the position of a sweeper to the Lord, Jagannath, naturally his heart melted, and he embraced the devotee. So he is infinite, and he likes finite. Finite is his friend. But when the finite wants to show its sham tendency to become big, he hates it. But minutest position taking, then he comes to embrace him. Trinadapi sunichena tarorapi sahishnuna amanina manadena kirtaniya sadahari. Kirtaniya sadahari. Don't aspire after anything. And whatever comes to attack you, try to know the futility of their attempt. They are under one hand, supreme hand behind. So resolve to tolerate. Toleration until the upper hand comes to control. You don't go to hinder or oppose them. Trinadapi sunichena. Don't create any attitude of disturbing the environment. And if the environment comes to oppress, you then take the course of toleration, not tit for tat. Then amanina. Don't hanker after any position. Manadena. But give position to one and all. With this attitude, take the name, and your appeal to the Supreme will have a very easy grant. An easy and quick grant your application will have, if with this attitude you approach him. Hare Krishna, Gaur Hari. This is the key to our success, our way to be happy. Don't lose your energy to any direction, but command the whole thing to one direction, drawing it from all sides. Don't waste your energy to fight with the environment for anything, but the whole control should be directed towards the Absolute. Then, in no time, success will come to crown your attempt. In Bhagavad Gita, we find Krishna is explaining his special existence, his favored particular thing. Pandavanam Dhananjaya. I'm going to sit in the other room just because I'm afraid I'm in the bookshop. That's where I'm staying now. One second. In Bhagavad Gita, we find Krishna is explaining his special existence, his favored particular thing. Pandavanam Dhananjaya. My special characteristic is to be traced in these places. Manasam marga shirshoham. So he says that of all the months, I like Marga Shirsha. You can find me there. Just before that, this Kartik month comes. One second. There, okay. Just before that, this Kartik month comes. Testing. Yeah, okay. You can find me there. So just before this Kartik month comes, Sanatana Goswami has scrutinized this, and he has demonstrated that the Kartik month is favored by Radharani. How? Kirtika is the mother of Radharani. Kirtika. Radharani's mother's name is Kirtika. So Kārtikī is the name of Radharani. Kārtikī. Interesting. Kārtikī. At that time, it was a custom to give the names of the nakshatra stars. Kirtika, Revati, Rohini, Vishaka, Dhanishta. All these names were used in that society at that time. So Kirtika was the name of the wife of Vrishabhanu Raj. There is a place near Mathura called Raval, a village, and that was the place of the parents of Kirtika. Vrishabhanu went to visit the place, that is his father-in-law's house, and when going to take bath in a lake on the lily, he found a divine girl, just floating on the lily. She was very beautiful, perfect, but eyes were closed. He collected the small baby and gave her to his wife Kirtika. Vrishabhanu gave her to Kirtika, his wife. I have got this wonderful girl floating on a lily there. You take her. She began to maintain and sustain that girl, and she was Radharani, a yoni sambhava. She did not come through the fleshy body, but she was blind, we are told. From the very birth, blind. Vrishabhanu Maharaj and Nanda Maharaj were in friendly relation, and once Yashoda went to visit her friend, that Kirtika. When she heard that she has got a very wonderful girl of exquisite beauty in such a way, she went to congratulate that. You have got, at last, a beautiful girl. She took Krishna with her, and when they were talking, Krishna, the boy, suddenly went to that girl, Radharani, and in such a position, she suddenly opened her eyes. She first opened her eyes when she found Krishna on her body. The children's first exchange of their glances, and in a very child stage, a boy of a few months something, the first opening of the eyes, and she found Krishna, it is told somewhere. This is Leela. Eternal events, incidents, repeated in a particular way like a drama. One drama is being repeated many times. It is like the eternal quarter, and sometimes the screen is taken away and it comes to manifest in a particular place. So, in the original place, the Leela is going on, coexistent. All the Leela, subsequent, succession, and also coexistent. We are living under the limitation of time and space. But beyond time and space, there is also a dynamic flow of love. And that characteristic is drawn from there. But to our limited brain and thinking, the eternal thing will be seen. Just as so big a sun. Just as so big a sun, when it comes to our eyes, it is like a ball of light. But how many times bigger than this earth is the sun? But when viewing from the earth, its figure seems reduced to a small size. So infinite coming to us becomes of finite character, and by his will, some glimpse comes in a different mundane Brahmanda as exhibition to attract the people for the same. So it has occurred in that way. The children's first union, interchanging their vision. Afterwards, that Vrishabhanu king and Kirtida queen, chief, not king and queen, they began to nurture the baby, that girl. Gradually, she grew up. Vrishabhanu dadi navashashi leke lalita saki guna ramita vishake. Vrishabhanu dadi. That is the sea. Just as the moon is supposed to have come out of Kshiradadi Samudra. The present geologists, some of them are of the opinion that from the Pacific, the moon was anyhow shot forth. There were some islands, and anyhow, by the force of an earthquake or some push, like rocket, it was sent into the atmosphere, and that has become the moon. I haven't heard that one before. It is also the Vedic evidence that the moon has emerged from the Kshirodadhi Samudra, the milk ocean. Interesting. So, Vrishabhanu Dadi Navashashi Leke. Rupa Goswami is describing that the family of Vrishabhanu is compared to the ocean, and from there, this ocean has sprung up, Radharāṇī. So beautiful, comparing with the moon. She has come from the ocean of Vrishabhanu's fortune. The fortune of Vrishabhanu is compared with the ocean, and from there sprung up the Vrishabhanu Nandini, Shri Radhika. Her young age is like this. Gradually, she grew up and had to marry, and marriage was performed. But that was only ostentatious. There are different angles of vision about that. Some say that Brahma one day got Radha and Krishna married in a jungle. Some say that by the social convention, Radha and Krishna were married. In a different kalpa, how much time do we have left? Oh my god, we're almost at the end. Okay, anyhow. In a different kalpa, different modification of different stages. But what Mahaprabhu accepted to be the highest attainment of one's life, that not married wife, Radharāṇī, was to Krishna, married elsewhere, but each other's heart did not know anyone else as their lover. The heart's automatic connection, full. And to show it is not chance coincidence, it was necessary to establish that the free love holds the highest position, crossing recklessly the directions and influence of the society and scriptures, crossing the conception of religious sentiment, and taking so much risk for the union with Krishna. It is very rare. 2 points. One point is, it is very rarely possible, very hard to get that favorable situation for meeting. And another is that for this purpose, we are taking the greatest risk possible without caring for anything, and this is given not caring for anything, and this is given the supreme position of all the services of different ras. The Madhurya ras is the fullest, and again, if that is to be pushed to its highest intensity, then these circumstances are necessary to produce that sort of intensity. Parakya. Okay, I have to end now because I'm only able to read for 30 minutes, and it's just I'm going to just do a very short Jaidvani, and we'll just finish it. It's like one page. Yeah, one last page. So we'll finish this very quickly tomorrow. Wow, we're dragging this article over 3 days, but yeah, very special article by Śrīla Śrīdhara Gosvāmī Mahārāja. I'll just do a very short Jaidvani and then we'll end for today. And I'll see you tomorrow to finish the article and sing our stotrams. Jai Shachinandan Gaur Hari Ki Jai, Jai Shri Radha Vinod Bihari Ju Ki Jai, Jai Śrīla Gurudev Ki Jai, Jai Śrīla Param Gurudev Ki Jai, Jai Śrīla Prabhupada Ki Jai, Shri Rupanu Gauriya Guru Varga Ki Jai, Swaparshad Shri Gaur Nityananda Prabhu Ki Jai, Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopigan Ki Jai, Shri Giriraj Maharaj Ki Jai, Shri Tulsi Maharani Vrindadevi Ki Jai, Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai, Jai Shri Kārtikī Śrīmatī Rādhārāṇī Ki Jai, Jai Śrīla Bhakti Rakshak Śrīdhara Gosvāmī Mahārāja Ki Jai, Jai Rama Akarashi Titi Ki Jai, Shri Kartik Vrat Ki Jai, Urja Vrat Ki Jai, Urjeshwari Raseshwari, Shri Vrishabhanu Nandini Śrīmatī Radha Thakurani Ki Jai, Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai, Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bo Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. In case you came later, this is a pre-recorded video, and I'll see you all live tomorrow. Right now I'm on Vrindavana parikramā. So, okay, Jai Shri Radha.